I got the chance to watch Flowers 2, which is on, well, I don't know. I guess it's on DVD and Blu-ray now if you order it from Phil Stevens, or maybe it was if you back the campaign or whatever. But he actually debuted it online for a short period of time and let it be online, so I got to watch it then. Of course, he was going to let me watch it to review anyway, so I, I'm lucky enough that I got to see it anyhow. I will say this, like, it's hard to explain what the plot of Flowers 2 is, which is kind of hard to explain what the plot of, like, Lung was and all that stuff, too, if you really think about it. Although, if you're dealing with Phil Stevens, you know it's really artsy, and that continues on here. Although, I would say if you've seen the first Flowers, like, the Flowers thing here is kind of like, it's just one girl instead of like the different ones, because last time, it was like one girl crawling through like this house that was like destroyed, and you kind of like seen what happened to her, and then you kind of pass it on to another one. Well, this time it's just like one girl, and they're in the house, and they're crawling through this house that's like wrecked, and then there's all these things going on, these trippy things, and there's some violent things, and there's some blood, and there's some nudity, and of course there's the killer from Flowers, and then there's the Phil Stevens is in there as well. He may be playing the same character he played in Lung. Like, I heard that like Flowers and Lung are kind of like connected, which is kind of hard to tell sometimes because nobody really talks or anything in these movies, so you're just going by appearance and what's going on. But I had heard, like, I think Lung is like part 2 to Flowers, or maybe Flowers is part 2 to Lung or something like that. I don't know. It's confusing. But if you like those movies, you're going to like this movie. I don't really think it breaks the mold as far as indie horror goes, but it's definitely stuff that nobody else is doing. That's one thing you can say about Phil Stevens. If you can't say nothing else about what he does, it's like he's doing movies and doing concepts and doing just ideas that nobody else is doing. And he's doing them relatively well. Because to be able to make a movie that holds your attention and stuff with, a plot that's kind of up to interpretation and with no dialogue and all that stuff, it's really an accomplishment to have somebody be able to watch it and really like it. And I can say that I did like it. Was I blown away by it? Maybe not. Maybe I preferred Flowers over Flowers 2 in the thick of things, but I do enjoy the concept. I appreciate the concept, and I like the movie enough. I'm gonna give it probably a 3 out of 5. I think I give the last one like 3.5 or 4, but I'll give this one like a 3. Definitely good. If you like the last one, you'll like this one. It's a little different. It's different enough that it justifies watching it. There's some definite good visuals here. He does some pretty creative stuff with what he had to work with. So it's just, I don't know if he wrecked his house to do this stuff. I don't know if he found like an old house to do this stuff. I don't know. But there's a lot to think about when you watch a movie like Flowers, and it definitely makes you think. And it's one of those that, you don't really, you don't want to look away from it because you don't really know what could happen next. And that's probably the biggest like positive when it comes to movies like Flowers and Lung and all that Phil Stevens does. Although his early stuff was good too. I don't know why Below Man isn't like on a real release somewhere. I know he sells it, but I don't know why like somebody hasn't put that out, because I feel that's like a strong movie of his that nobody really talks about or has seen. But as far as Flowers 2 go, if you like the last one, you'll like this one. I don't know if it's quite up to par with the last one, but it's good enough for me. So 3 out of 5. It's good stuff. It's stuff probably above most average horror fans level. So if you're not into artsy stuff, it's probably not going to be for you. But if you like this sort of stuff and you like underground stuff that's a little bit, I guess you could say pushing some boundaries in some levels, or it at least is a broader boundary for horror than most stuff, then I think you're going to enjoy it.